Hi everybody, I hope you're having a fantastic day. Well, I guess we should be celebrating here in Ontario, Canada, as the government of Ontario is blessing us today. They're blessing us saying that we are going to enter phase 2 earlier than expected. That's right. That's right. Earlier than expected. 2 days earlier than expected. So you might say, Don, that should be good news, right? That should be good news. You're entering phase 2 earlier. Even if it's only a couple days, it means things are going well. You're entering there. But then, you know what? I wanted to look at the criteria for opening phase 2. Because in reality, the things you can do in phase 2 aren't much different than what's going on in phase 1. You can, hair salons are going to be able to open. Hooray, finally, and nail salons are going to be able to open, and you're going to be able to have 5 people, that's right, 5 people can go to your house now. 5 whole people are allowed in your property, in your house. And if you want to go dining with somebody outdoors, you can actually have 6 people at the table now, not just 4. So you don't have to have your brother and your uncle sitting at a different table when you go to a family dinner outside anymore. Unless the sister-in-law is with them, and then she's going to have to sit by herself because you're only allowed 6 people. And yes, I'm being very, very facetious because some of these rules are completely arbitrary and have not been issued by scientific fact. For instance, movie theaters have been shut down. In 15 months, the movie theaters have been opened a total of 19 days in Ottawa. 15 months, 19 days. Yet there is 0 cases of anybody getting COVID from a movie theater at any time when they opened. There's no, other than, well, we know COVID spreads faster indoors. But that's true, but they're limiting capacity to like 10%. They're separating everybody, and you have to wear masks. So is it really that more dangerous than going grocery shopping? Is it any more dangerous than going to the pharmacy and standing in line? Is it any more dangerous than standing in line to get your vaccine? You see my point? So I looked at what the key criteria is, and for phase 1, vaccination rate plus key public health and healthcare indicators. So case rate, positivity rate, and healthcare system, all that stuff. 60% of adults with 1 dose is what we need to enter phase 1. Okay. Entering phase 2. The exact same thing, except 70% of adults with 1 dose and 20% have to be fully vaccinated to enter phase 2, which is what we're about to head into sometime next Wednesday, I believe, 2 days earlier than planned. And then phase 3 is planned 3 weeks after that. So getting close to the end of July, beginning of August. And to hit phase 3, the vaccination rate has to be 70 to 80% of adults with 1 dose, and fully vaccinated has to be 25%. So here's the key. I said, well, what are we at then? How much further do we have to go to hit phase 3 numbers? Well, 1 dose, we're already over 75% and climbing every day. There's still no hesitancy. People are still lining up to get their vaccines and trying to get into the system to get their vaccines. So our numbers are climbing every day, and we're already at 75%. Well, we must be below the fully vaccinated. Nope, we are over 25% for fully vaccinated as well. Maybe our positivity rates still going up. Nope, positivity rates going down. Hospitalizations going down. In fact, for the first time a couple weeks ago, a Toronto hospital announced 0 cases for the first time of COVID in their hospital since the pandemic. 0 cases in that hospital. Sounds like things are going pretty darn well. To the point where some of these restrictions should be joined together. We still can't have indoor dining. We still can't have indoor funerals and weddings. You still can't go to a movie. Summer is officially half over next week. The summer blockbuster season is officially half over. With big movies coming. Fast and Furious 9. We have Black Widow for Marvel coming out. Big movies that were expected to make theaters their year, basically. Recover their year. Not in Ontario, because those movies will open outside of Ontario and not in Ontario. Because science, I guess. Even though there's absolutely 0 science or 0 proof that you cannot open a movie theater with capacity limits and safeguards. There's 0 evidence of that. And every time, the Movie Association has even pressed and said, hey, tell us, show us those stats and everything, and we'll stop talking about it. And to this day, the government has not been able to come up with a single stat or a single study that showed any kind of spread in a movie theater, or dining for that matter, or gyms for that matter. It's just, they give us these targets and tell us if we make those targets, this is the reward. Well, we've met those targets. And then they say, well, we have to be cautious. Then don't give us targets anymore. Don't tell us, here's the carrot, everybody. Here's that carrot. Ooh, here it is. Do you want it? Do you want it? Do you want to open? Do you want it? You gotta get to here. Nope. You thought you were gonna get it. Here, now I'll dangle it some more. Here you go. Here's your carrot. Nope. That's exactly what they're doing. They're dangling something out, trying to say, hey, come and get it. Come and get it. And then they're saying, yeah, but you're there, but not yet. You're there. You've made your numbers that we told you to. But there's other things to think about now. Well, then put those things in writing. Say we want our test positivity rate to be at this. We want our hospitalizations to be at this. Don't just give us key public health indicators. Thanks. Can you be any more vague? And that's been the problem. That's been 100%. If you're a business, how do you try and survive? With absolutely 0 guidance. In fact, they'll tell you you can be open for a long weekend. They've done this. They've told you you can be open. So the restaurants have gone out and they purchased all this food and liquor and everything ready for the weekend, for a holiday. And then the day before the holiday, they said, nope, close up. All the food got wasted. All the alcohol got unsold. They brought staff back and got the restaurants ready. And then they were told you can't open the day before the holiday. And then we wonder, the Ontario government's approval rating is down 20 points from last year at this time. At one point, they were being praised for doing a good job here in Ontario. And since then, and since the all over the place decision making, and decision making not based on science, based on what the whim of the media was going at? What was the media focusing on? Oh, well, we better give into that. Oh, well, the Teachers Association is saying this. Well, we better give into that. And you better give this money away and everything and give that. Meanwhile, the businesses and everybody were left cold. Absolutely left out in the cold. And that's why the approval rating has dropped 20%. It's not for any other reason other than you don't show your logic in your decisions. You're not showing your work. You're saying, make these targets, and then when you make those targets, you say, okay, well, now we'll think about it. Well, why give us the targets in the first place? You know why? Because they're playing the dartboard, we don't know what we're doing, and we're doing this. And guess what? When you do that, you go down 20 points in the polls.